In this video, I want to talk about 4 things sellers should do to help ensure a positive appraisal. So imagine that you have put your home on the market, you've been through, in this market, maybe a month or two of showings. You finally get under contract with a home buyer, it's at a good price, and then your home doesn't appraise for the contract price, and you have to start negotiations all over again, or worst case, buyer walks away because the home doesn't appraise. So here are 4 little things you can do to try to help ensure that your home does meet appraised value. Now this is only within reason. Obviously, if your home was overpriced, like we had a lot happening during the pandemic housing market, the only solution really was for buyers bringing the extra cash to the table, because there was no way homes were going to appraise for $40,000 or $50,000 over the list price. But in this market, here are some things that you can do to ensure that your home appraises. The first one is a very simple one, relatively inexpensive, and that is put a fresh coat of paint on the house. In particular, interior walls. Anything that's sparkling, clean, and bright is going to enhance the value. It's going to make it look better, and that in and of itself should help with the appraisal. Hopefully it's in a home that's been decluttered. You decluttered for the professional photography, you decluttered for showings. You should just leave it that way for the appraisal. And in terms of colors, think light, because you want your home to look light and bright and spacious. The second tip that I have is to follow the $500 rule. So appraisals normally happen within $500 increments. So if the repair is going to cost under $500, it's probably worth making the repair. If it's going to cost more than $500, then it's really worth having a conversation with your realtor to decide which is the best way to make sense in terms of financial. Just because something costs a certain amount of money doesn't mean it's worth that much. So you may put a $20,000 roof on your home. That doesn't mean you've just increased your home's value by $20,000, because honestly the roof is just routine maintenance. Now there's some value in it to a buyer, knowing they're not going to have to replace a roof for 15 or 20 years. But a lot of that's not going to be taken into account in terms of the appraisal. If you have made home improvements since you purchased the home, show documentation. What I do if I am representing a seller that has done a lot of upgrades or home improvements since they purchased the home is I try to put a packet of information together that includes any documentation of home improvements that they've made. New appliances count, upgrades to the bathroom or kitchen, adding a pool or a screen room. Any of that can be very helpful, showing costs, dates of the improvement. That can all be very, very helpful. And then finally, doing your own comparisons. Look at similar homes that sold recently. Find their sales price, and then look at the pictures online and compare it to yours. You got to be honest with yourself, though. If the house that you're looking at has granite countertops and you have Formica, that's not a one-for-one or like-for-like comparison. That granite is going to appraise higher. But you could certainly work with your realtor. A good realtor will also prepare the comps that they used to price the home originally. So if you listen to your realtor and you priced on market, hopefully you won't have any issues at the appraisal. Anyway, I hope you found these 4 tips helpful. And as always, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Central Florida, please reach out to. Remember, you can't miss with Chris. Have a great day, everybody.